Now, we all know that the homeschooling struggle is very real, and our teachers are working extremely hard to make sure that we're all right at the moment. Now, one teacher who's doing all of this and has been entertaining us all at the same time as well is Billy Buckingham from Storytime with Billy. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Good, thank you, Billy. Tell us about your Facebook page.
So this all started last year when the lockdown first began, and I just wanted to do something to keep my class at the time engaged and entertained. So I set up a small Facebook group for my class to read some stories, and it suddenly just exploded. I really can't explain it, but it just got huge, and now we're up to almost 2,000 followers following the page. It's just a way of spreading positivity, stories, and just keeping people happy during these really strange times. And that's it, really.
Well, you read stories, you help with our phonics as well, which I am appreciating at the moment. You do it with sign language as well, so it's accessible for everybody.
Yes, that comes from my background working in special education, and I always loved Makaton and was inspired by Mr. Tumble. Like you say, it's just a way of making sure that everybody can engage, because stories shouldn't just be accessible by their words. It should be symbols, signs, pictures. I want the world to enjoy stories, and the fact that this is still a thing now and it's still going, it's incredible. It means a lot to me.
Yeah, well, you spoke about the Worrysaurus as well, and that kind of got to you as well, didn't it? Tell us about this.
Well, that caught me off guard. I always try and keep my cool reading a story, but I think because I've always had my own struggles with my own mental health, which I'm not afraid to admit at all. I think we should all be able to admit that we're human. It just made me realise that I wish I had more of that when I was growing up, and there are so many authors now writing stories to help children come to terms with their emotion and know that it's okay to struggle, it's okay to find things difficult, but it doesn't mean that it has to be permanent. So I'm so grateful that I can share stories like that, because I know there are families and children out there who are finding things really tough right now. So if this gives them just a little bit of support and positivity, that would just be incredible.
Especially children that don't really understand what's going on. You know, I mean, my boys are 10 and 7 now, and my 7-year-old really last year didn't understand why we couldn't go out, why we couldn't give Nanny and Grandad a hug. And it's confusing, isn't it, for kids?
Definitely. I think there's still not a lot of clarity, even for us as adults. We're still trying to find the words. And it's not always about, escaping from problems, because stories are brilliant for that as well, just taking us away from our problems for a while. But we also need to have the courage to face them head on, know that even when things are difficult, it doesn't have to be the be-all and end-all. We're not going to be stuck in darkness forever. And I think that's a really poignant message at the moment in terms of what we're going through. And children need that too. I mean, they're still humans. They're still learning how to cope. And it's at this stage that we really need to be supporting them with how to manage their behaviours and their feelings.
Yeah, so what age do you teach?
So I currently teach year 1 at Flemington Primary School, but I've kind of taught all the way through. I'm also a drama teacher at St Stage School in Barnstable, and I teach up to 16 there. So I'm really lucky to teach a wide range of young people, but mostly the younger ones.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of pressure on parents, isn't there, at the moment, to become teachers overnight, or maybe then we're not told to be teachers, but we feel like all of a sudden we've got to step in to the shoes of our teacher, and these are the kids of the future, are going to be running the country one day. There's a lot of pressure on the parents.
Yeah, I think you've all been very much thrown into the lion's den. I think the first time round it was a little bit more relaxed, because we were all kind of going through this for the first time and we just wanted to keep things going. But now there's, of course, an added pressure from the government that we are teaching set lessons and that we are assessing the children and that we are doing a lot more. So I think that it does feel a lot more intense for the parents. But they have to know that they are doing the most phenomenal job. I'm not a parent, so I can't relate, but I know how much love and support they're giving, and that's more precious than anything. If children are happy and their well-being and their health is being looked after, then they will be in a place to learn. We can't expect them to pick up books and to learn, do all the academic stuff if they're not ready to learn. So as long as the parents can keep nurturing their children, using this time to fill them with love and support and build those bonds, they will be able to do anything. So all the parents out there, you are doing a phenomenal job. I mean, I'm just an added extra reading stories to your children, but you're doing the hard work. You're my idols, really.
Well, do you know what, though? I'm thinking I've got no patience with my own children at all. I'll explain something to them and then they'll say, yeah, I've got that. And then they won't do it. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? But
I know the line of the teacher.
But you've got 20 odd children in your class. I've only got to deal with 2. I can't understand how teachers must be so calm all the time.
Well, I think it's because, of course, we only have them for the day and then they go home. I guess the relationships are different at home, maybe.
You can wave them off at the end of the day.
Well, kind of, but as a teacher, I'm sure many teachers will relate. You're always thinking about work, and even I find myself lying in bed and I thinking about lesson plans and thinking about issues that need to be dealt with, so it never leaves you. But then that's what comes with teaching. You put your heart and soul into it, and those are, in my opinion, the best teachers, the ones who are fully committed and truly care, and you can see it radiating from them.
Are you missing it all at the moment?
Well, I guess so. But I mean, I'm in 1 week on, 1 week off doing home learning. I'm at home this week, and then some weeks I'm in school teaching our bubble group. But I do miss having the buzz of having 30 children coming in to the classroom and having just seeing those happy faces and just the day-to-day rigmarole. And yes, it's crazy. Yes, it's hectic. And some days you just want to go home and lie down and have a glass of something. But I wouldn't change it for the world, because there's something so special about inspiring children and watching them grow. I mean, you cannot buy that. It's the most incredible feeling in the world. And that's why I do it, just to make a difference.
And your theatre work as well, I guess you're missing that. We can absolutely tell you've got a background in that when we're watching you telling the stories.
But yeah, I guess that's why I've been so passionate about the story times, because this for me is my theatre at the moment, and there's an element of that comes with teaching anyway. But yes, I'm definitely feeling more blue about the theatres at the moment, because it just feels like the end isn't in sight yet. But theatre doesn't have to just be in a building. Theatre can be wherever you want it to be. I mean, the Fringe Theatre Fest in Barnstable is absolutely evident of that. And of course, reading a story online is theatre. Just telling a story is theatre. And that's, I think, what's given me the most hope, that I don't have to be confined to the four walls and an auditorium. We can be the theatre we want to be. But yes.
Storytime with Billy, are you going to carry on with this?
Well, I wasn't expecting to carry it on past last June, to be honest, because, I mean, I just thought, I'll read a few stories while we're locked down for a short time, and then I'll just go back to normal. But I'm definitely going to carry on, because people seem to keep, once again, people have been so supportive. I mean, I've met so many amazing people through this. People have been loving, supportive, and have messaged with saying, my child's been really inspired, or you've helped my child to learn their phonics, to learn Makaton. And for me, I mean, that's what makes me emotional, because it's just, all I want to do is make a difference, and the fact it's inspiring people, I mean, I couldn't ask for anything more. So Storytime with Billy is definitely here to stay for as long as people would like it.
Fabulous. And you're on Facebook. For those who aren't familiar with it, the best thing to do is to search for you, and then it'll come up on Facebook.
Yeah, Storytime with Billy, live stories every weekday, Monday to Friday at 6 o'clock. And on my YouTube channel, you can also find all my phonics, my Makaton, and my singing concerts on there as well. There's so much content that we've built up over the years. So hopefully there's something for everyone to enjoy.
Billy, I think you're a mega star. Well done.
Oh, gosh. Well, thank you. That's very sweet. I get all embarrassed.
You can't get embarrassed. The videos we've seen, you look brilliant on Facebook. You were born to do this, and you've kept my kids entertained as well. So thank you.
Well, that's very kind. Thank you for having me on today. I mean, I love the voice anyway, so it's lovely to be here.
Perfect words as well. You can come on again, Billy.
Well, what can I say?
Thank you. Well done, Billy Buckingham. So you need to go onto Facebook, Storytime with Billy. If you're not on Facebook, just put in your search engine, Storytime with Billy, and it'll pop up on there. Well done.